welcome back to Bookish Theories. In today's video, we'd like to talk about V's Blue, focusing on a little breakdown of the lyrics and the music video to see what they can tell us about the story and its connections to the rest of the album. Now, as we already discussed in my previous two videos, all the songs in LayoVer are thematically connected by a narrative about love and loss. The album begins with Rainy Days, which introduces V's character as being stuck in a loop full of memories. As he relieves the past, nostalgia gives him comfort, but at the same time, it also keeps him from moving on. In Love Me Again, it was revealed that it was his loved one the one to end the relationship, and as he wished to be loved again, he also apologized for the pain that he caused. In Slow Dancing, nostalgia took over once again, but this time in a more sentimental way. In the title track, the focus was on him building a romantic fantasy where they could dance until the break of dawn, and even if the focus was still on the past, by the end the video hinted at him finally being able to move on. Now, as the second song of the album, Blue once again focuses on the sadder and more melancholic stage of this breakup. It bridges the gap between Rainy Days and Love Me Again, so like those songs, Blue uses repetition to reinforce the idea that this protagonist is stuck in a loop he's unable to escape. As long as this love goes on and on and on, the world of these two lovers will be blue, blue and blue. In the lyrics, V expresses his desire to rekindle this relationship, to show his loved one a world full of colors, but despite his best intentions, all they seem to be capable of is to make each other blue. The world without each other is blue, but so was the world they shared before ending their relationship, so the song expresses all the sadness coming to the surface at this stage of the breakup. Now in the video, this blue face is fittingly portrayed in black and white, because if lack of love makes them blue, it also makes the world devoid of color. Like in Rainy Days, the video portrays V stuck in a repetitive loop where he performs the same actions over and over again. If in Rainy Days this loop made him both cozy and stuck, however, the loop in Blue is much more frantic and sad, because we are in the most painful stage of this breakup. At the beginning, for instance, the video opens with V trying to get in touch with his loved one while driving. As the other person doesn't pick up, V drives all the way to the apartment of his ex, which incidentally also seems to be in the same block as his house back in Slow Dancing. When V knocks on the door, nobody answers, but he doesn't give up. He leaves the plans trying to find the keys, looks through the window to see if anybody's home, but eventually he has to give up and go back to the car. This, however, is not the end of his search, because like in a loop, V repeats the same set of actions over and over again. He drives around, calls his ex, doesn't get a reply, then he shows up to their house, knocks on the door, nobody answers, and he looks for the keys. Stuck in a blue loop of sadness that goes on and on and on, V tries to get in touch with his loved one but keeps on failing. At one point, a security guard goes up to the apartment and surprises him in the act. Seemingly recognizing him from all the other times he went there, the guard slowly backs away because he doesn't want to get involved. The guard has all the keys of the apartments on his belt, so if we saw him, he would have asked to open the door. This might have been able to break the loop he's stuck in, but since the guard backs away, he continues to repeat the same actions unable to find peace. In the last scene, however, we finally understand why V is so insistent. As he sits on a swing in the rain, in the background we see a woman with a dog. That is the fictional loved one V's protagonist is singing about, and even if we don't see her face, it's what she does that is most important. As she sees him, in fact, the girl lets go of the dog and walks away, allowing V to have the puppy. As the dog runs up to him, we see that it's Yontan, so we finally have all the clues we need to understand what is going on. V's insistence was never to force his ex to be with him. It was never about him not accepting the breakup or even trying to get her back. While Blue, the protagonist of this story, is always portrayed as being very understanding and aware of what led to the ending of this relationship, but one thing he seemingly couldn't accept is to be apart from his adorable dog. Understanding how much he loved it, the girl eventually gives in and lets him have it, thus suggesting that even if they're no longer together, they still have affection for each other. Since we're supposed to listen to the songs in order, this sweet action might also be the reason why the protagonist then wishes to be loved again and to slow dance the night away, but to see how this story will end, for now we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, however, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please think about liking and subscribing. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye!